So I got most of the boards, well, the boards that I need for at least today, these two, I got them painted. So I've got all my supplies ready. I got my straight line set up. Got my concrete, line level. I've done this a million times with Gene, so I know I can do it. It's just weird doing it without him, but like I said, he's out on the tractor till who knows when, and projects got to get done. This one has to be done because I have another big project that I have to do, and I have a deadline on when it's due. So that's part of my surprise, which was part of my field trip. So I will, and it's a big project. So greenhouse is going to go on hold for just a few minutes, and because I'm going to be mostly doing that myself. He's out on the tractor, like I said, 7 days a week, about 10 to 12 hours a day. So that's just how it goes. And then it's going to get into harvest here in about a month. So, and my deadline is less than a month. So I have to do it. It'll be interesting. It'll be testing my limits, that's for sure. Not a lot out of my comfort zone, but a little bit. This is, I just have to start it, and then it's easy peasy. It's just putting the post in, making sure they're level, adding concrete, a little bit of water, still making sure they're level, and then setting up the cross braces. And then doing the other one, just making sure they're in line with that straight line. So I think it's 6 foot is what I said it would, but I have 8 foot 2x4, so it can be over 6 foot. That's fine, but just not over 8 foot. Okay, I have both posts in, and I have one side braced up. That ground is already concrete, so I'm having to use a metal stake starter to get at least the stakes in the ground somewhat. With it so dry right now, and there's a little bit of a breeze, but there's no heavy wind. I just want to make sure they don't get off a level. So anyways, it wasn't too difficult. The only difficult part was trying to hold the post one-handed and open a 50-pound bag of concrete and pour it in the hole with the other hand. So I'm pretty sure the top of my head got used as some sort of implement at one point. Wish I was videotaping it, but I wasn't there going to videotape it. But anyways, I got them in, and then tomorrow afternoon I will get work on putting the 2x4s on, and then the 1x2s. I just have to finish painting the 1x2s. They're pretty, they're pretty wonky, but I'm going to use them because I bought them. So they might not look pretty, but they'll do the job, and once it's covered with the trumpet vine, it'll be fine anyways. So, and the trumpet vine, in case anyone doesn't know it looks like it's that orange color. So it'll end up needing to be trimmed, that's for sure, but it'll be a nice little shade. And then those rocks will get moved over, and then that little cross piece will get put in. So I will show you all that when you see this. It'll all be one video, but it'll be the next day when I'm showing it to you. Good morning. Day, I don't know, 4 I'm working on this project. I'm going to paint boards until I'm out of paint, or until the sun cooks me out. I'm going to measure right now, and then try to come up with an equal grid system. Then I'm going to, actually I think I'm going to run drip real quick. No, I want to paint, but I am going to run drip from that tube along the back side over to here, because that's where the trumpet vine's going to be. So yep, I'm going to measure and then try to set up an equal grid system. I am going to have to make some cuts because the 1x2s are 8 feet long, and I think this is only 6'4" wide, and about the same tall. So I'm going to do that and get it figured out. Okay, I got all the math figured out. Good old online rulers, because trying to figure out what 0.68 is on a tape measure, nope, I'll let the pros do that. So, and then I'm just going to, yeah, I have it now. So I've got the top one and the bottom one. I have my clamps Has my extra set of hands, and then I'm just putting just 5 screws in there to hold it up, and then that way the vertical boards will have something level, you know, or sticking out. So that's the plan anyways. Oh, hey, I'm in the window. Have my painting gear on and my head rag on, but yep, it is 64, almost 65 inches wide, and, or no, 6'5" inches wide, and just over 6'1" inches tall. So that'll be plenty to hold a trumpet vine. Okay, here's part of the completion. And I measured 3 times. And it should have came out perfectly, but here's what I didn't take into consideration and where I should have measured from. So this is a total transparency. Hope you learned from it. But I was measuring, which is still true, from the bottom of, where is it? This board, which I have a cross board on so I can attach my outer vertical boards. So from the bottom of that to the top of that is 6'2" exactly. And I wanted 10 boards spaced evenly from top to bottom. But what I didn't take into consideration was this bottom board was going to look, and is, a bottom board. So that should have been the 10th board. And what I should have done was measured from the inside of this board to the inside of that board, and then came up with an even number for a total of 10 or 8 more in between. So now I'm going to, and I've already made up my mind I'm going to do it. This is where your best is good enough. So what's going to happen is when I get down to here, I'm either going to have a really big gap from here to here, or I'm going to have one at the normal spot and then another one, what would be the normal spot, and it's going to look awfully close to that one. So I'm undecided, or my third option would be to split the difference between this one and this one and kind of have it be in there. Although you're going to be able to tell that. You're going to be able to tell that it's off regardless because of that bottom board. If there wasn't one there, then it just would end about right there. That would be the 10th board. And then that would be the measurement to the bottom, because that's in front of that bottom 2x4. Hope that makes sense. So I'm not unscrewing all of those. Then I would have to fill them. I'm not doing that. So I'm going to probably just, I've been going back and forth with it. If I go across this way, I won't need, I mean, I can do 10 boards, but I don't have 10 boards because this is going to end up being 11. So what I have is 9. So what I may do is start in the center and work my way out. I might do that. We'll see. So that's where I'm at. It'll look fine when it's done, and it's going to be covered with a trumpet vine. So, but I'm going to know that it doesn't look right. So that's where the growth in me is going to just learn to be that best is good enough, and to let something slide because it's still beautiful and I still did it. So that's all that matters. So we finally got the privacy screen done. Got drip ran to where the trumpet vine is going to go right there. I just need to pick it up tomorrow. Got some preen, weed preventer down, and some mulch. And then we're going to kind of live with this space empty for a while after we wait and see what the trumpet vine is going to do. Luckily, Gene had off this afternoon, so he was able to, it saved me so much time. What would have taken me 2 hours to hang those boards took him 15 minutes. So that's what height will do for you, because I have to climb on a ladder and he's tall enough to do it without a ladder. So Anyways, I'm going to get some rock moved here tomorrow, and then we will figure out what to do with this space. We're just going to kind of live with it for a while until we know what we want to do. So we're kind of just doing little bits at a time. But yeah, it's coming along.
It's beautiful, baby.